Hello, hello. Wilderness Wednesday is here. Hello. So we've got this beautiful, wonderful day. What is it like where you are? How are you this Wednesday? I cannot believe it. I'm so blown away by the 30-day rhythm challenge. It's been so fun and it's been so amazing to do this with you. So day 28. Again, if you're on day 2 or day 1, just be present with us today. Observe today, because really this whole 30-day challenge has all been about this title, day 28, insights, distractions, observations. Oh my, right? We've been able to really see what is it that has been keeping us from our magical lives. And 30 days in, 28 days in, are you getting a clearer picture of what's really holding you back? I have gotten some amazing insights and discoveries as to just my own, I know it's my own inner child. And I know it's my own, when we look at who's running our world, right? Tonight in the sisterhood, we're going to go through one of my favorite exercises of all time to go through. And that is really transforming some of our little voices into superheroes rather than our little voices ruling us. Good morning, Krista. So while we go through the transformation process tonight, if you want to join us, go to magicalmothering.com, join the sisterhood, and you're in. But as we go through this transformation process, we really see who is ruling our world. And our thoughts are ruling our world, right? Our thoughts are always ruling our lives. And when we're unaware, but we've gotten a little bit of awareness from this 30-day rhythm challenge, we've gotten some of that insight of, oh wow, when I'm feeling down, I just say screw it to everything. Or possibly when you're really high energy, like I do, I go, I'm gonna go play, I've got a ton of energy, instead of like cleaning my house and doing what I should be doing, right? So, and finding that balance. Sometimes we've got to find that balance of getting what needs to be done and mix it into playing and being and creating, right? So if you're anything like me, I much rather be creating and playing and being than doing the stuff. Like I still have a suitcase that needs to be unpacked and laundry to do from our weekend trip. So, but that's what today's for. So we're going to do just a little bit of Wilderness Wednesday today. We get to go for a hike tomorrow with, hopefully, right? I'll call you today, I promise, Krista, to schedule the hike. As we kind of go through this process of just being really gentle with ourselves and realizing that maybe there's some things that are kind of blocking us or hiding or lurking, right? We talked yesterday about putting on our diving gear to go diving into the depths and to really explore. And that's what we're going to be doing with this new moon, this dark moon, is really allowing ourselves to go into those dark places with the help of this new dark moon. It's a perfect opportunity to really get into your headspace and to see, what are these thoughts? What am I thinking all the time? Why am I still thinking that I'm a bad mom? Right? Those kinds of thoughts, those are so destructive when we allow ourselves to feel down on ourselves. And when we allow the thoughts to actually speak truth into us. So I'm not sure if you guys know this, but the first 7 years of our lives are the most transformational and foundational for our entire lives. So the first 7 years actually create a foundation of what we think about money, what we think about relationships, what we think about life. These are like huge thoughts, right? And we learn them all before the age of 7. So amazingly, we're walking around with our family goals and our relationship knowledge as pre-7-year-olds. I was a 4-year-old for many years, for like a year and a half, running this business as my magical mothering business from the mindset of a 4-year-old, because those are the mindsets that I had with me. Good morning, Laura. And it's amazing when you think about who is running the show. We've had a Facebook Live about this as well, but I think it's really important to realize that there are limiting beliefs and there are thoughts that we actually think on a daily, moment by moment basis that really rule our world and create our world. Millionaires are millionaires because they do not have the same limiting beliefs that we do, who are more conscious. For those of us who worry about money, who think that there's not enough, or how are we going to pay the bills, or what are we going to do, we do not have the same belief system as millionaires who grew up with a ton of money. They have no limiting beliefs around money, right? And those who have amazing relationships. If you grew up in a household where your parents didn't have an amazing relationship, you often have a lot of limiting beliefs about what a relationship can be and look like. I find this all so fascinating, and this is why I love psychology so much. And this is why I've integrated psychology into my own business, because I find that it's so vastly important to know that there is something deeper going on. Whether you want to do the deep dive of healing, psychology affects us all. There is no getting around the psychology of our brains. You know, you can't argue with it. People are like, I don't want to do psychology. Sorry, you already do. Like, you don't have to heal, but you have to realize that psychology is in place because it just is, right? It's just part of our nature. So when we really start observing, and again, I feel so incredibly blessed to be able to have this space with you over the past 28 days. Can you believe it? 28 days we've been doing this. To really observe and to be present and to gather insights and to see what is distracting us. What are we hiding from, right? A lot of hiding kind of became in the light, because we realize, if I'm going to write this down every day, I have to kind of acknowledge the fact that I've been hiding from healing. I've been hiding from connecting. I've been distracted trying to find these things in other areas. And really, it's an amazing thing. Once you become aware, you can no longer become aware. And that's why when in Waldorf education, they talk about how keeping the under 7s and prior to first grade, really keeping the under 7s in this bubble, not exposing them to a lot of media, not exposing them to a lot of adult topics, and keeping them in this bubble, because as we just learned, under 7 years old is where all those limiting beliefs. And what is media more than anything? Fear. What are adult conversations usually about? Fear. When we allow our children to stay in this beautiful little bubble of peace and rainbows and unicorns until they naturally click their awareness into being, their whole brain function works in a different level. We are here to have the human experience, and we are ruled by the brain, and that includes psychology. Yes, Krista, absolutely. And it was funny, the Stanford Prison Experiment is a Netflix movie on, but I haven't watched it. My husband watched it, and he was like, man, it was so trippy. I go, I know, I took a whole class in college all on Nazi Germany, all on how people could do such horrific acts. And the Stanford Prison Experiment, if you have Netflix and you don't know what it is, it's really, really an amazing experiment that happened. It's really intense and it's really crazy, but it gives us a glimpse into what the human mind does. And sometimes people go, oh, it's just the psychology of it. We can't blame them. But I think there's a difference between stepping into victim state and blame and then becoming empowered through psychology. And I want us to all become empowered through psychology, not step back and go, oh, see, look, I'm a victim. I can't help it. It's my psychology. We don't want to make excuses. We want to learn and acknowledge and create awareness. Oh, love you too. Mwah. And we want to create awareness to what is our brain. and then transform them, because that's what we really have the power to do. We have the power to be aware. If there had been some sort of a click in the Stanford Prison Experiment of awareness, I don't think it would have gone in the direction that it would have gone in. I don't think Nazi Germany would have gone in the direction that it would have gone in. And that's really what this 30-day challenge is to stop us from destroying our dreams, stop us from living lives that we don't actually want to live, and to create the magical lives that we do through awareness. I think awareness is the key. Observation is the key. When we take an honest look at ourselves and we take an honest look at sometimes what doesn't feel good, and look at the truth of what is really going on, we're allowing ourselves to grow. And we're allowing ourselves to step out of our limited perspective from our pre-7-year-old selves, right? And step into a much more empowered state of being present as adults, as women, as empowered women, not just as, oh, well, I guess we'll do this. You know what I mean? Instead of being flighty and having excuses, we can step into our power. So what I would love to hear, what kind of insights have you gotten? Day 28. Day 28. I know I've heard from quite a few of you over the past 28 days. And a lot of what I've heard while I'm waiting, if you could write in, if you feel like it, if you can write in just an insight that you've gotten. A lot of what I've heard is women are going to Facebook and distractions because they're looking for connection, right? That was a big one. And then another one was being aware of how much other people's emotions affected them. That was another big one. And feeling like, oh man, I see these repeating behaviors. A lot of women in the group are noticing repeating behaviors. And then maybe they're lining it up with, oh wow, when that happens, I'm only getting maybe 5 hours of sleep, right? These connections are being made, and these are so empowering to you. The more tools and techniques that you become aware of and learn and integrate, the more your life is just going to skyrocket into the life that you truly desire. So you better yell to him. He's leaving if you want a hug. Daddy's leaving. Say, Daddy, stop. I need a hug. My husband's driving off and he forgot to run in and give the kids a hug. So, go get a hug. Quick. Go ahead. So I'm so grateful for you guys for being here. Please share what your calendars look like. If there's only 3 spaces filled in, who cares? Take a picture of it. Show that you're like in this and that you want to end the last 2 days of this together. So in 2 days, on Friday, there will be a free workshop at 9 a.m. So that is something to look forward to. Once you sign up, you get the Zoom link to participate in that. It'll be really amazing. Hug priorities, yes, right? Those are like, wow, I need my hug. So in 2 days, we've got the free workshop, the 3 common trends that are that are destroying our inspiration, keeping us in overwhelm, and then of course the secret to avoiding them once and for all. So I know quite a few of you are signed up already, so I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing you on Friday. And then after Friday, I will be gone for 2 weeks. I will be house sitting for my mom in Acton, which is by Palmdale in California. And we will be there for 2 weeks just being. And I told my kids I would not work. I would not do Facebook Live. I would just be present with them. So I'm really excited about that. It'll give me a good chance to just be and kind of force myself to just be. So we've got 2 more days of being together after today, and I'm really looking forward to the workshop with you guys. And then if you want to get in on the sisterhood, we're going to be going through that amazing transformation process of actually taking our limiting thoughts and really looking at them, personifying them, and then shifting them. So if you guys have heard me talk about my bath night experiences, or if you've gotten my emails talking about my bath night experiences, I am going to walk you through step by step through this transformation together so that you can actually have your own new moon experience of transformation and really see and feel what that can be like for you. So if that's something that you're interested in, magicalmothering.com, join the sisterhood, and we'll see you there. So I'm so just like, I'm not as excited. If you've noticed, real quick, how does the payment plan work? Once you click it, it is, once you click it, it just goes through every month. So it's an automatic thing that just goes through. Thank you, Krista. So she's talking about the payment plan for the Discover Your Rhythm program. Yes? Is that what you're asking about? So the payment plan for the Discover Your Rhythm program, you can either pay in full for the Discover Your Rhythm program, which is $147 for 3 months of support, of everything. You know, we'll have gatherings, we'll have live sessions with Q&A, with really diving deep, and these can go for, I'm going to take everybody who's live on the call in the Discover Your Rhythm. We will do one-on-one. If you have a question, I will go through, and however long people want to stay on the call, I will be on the call, and we will really go through. So it's not only a group program, but I will work with each person individually if you show up live on the call. So it's $147 for 3 months. Or there is a payment plan, and it's a 3-month payment plan for $55 a month. If the payment plan, if you're like, I really want to do it, but I just can't figure that out, PM me, okay? And we'll figure out a payment plan that does work for you. I don't want money to be the reason why you're not going to do the Discover Your Rhythm program, if that's something you want to do. So I hope that answered your question. Did that answer? And yes, so the workshop on Friday, we will be starting the Discover Your Rhythm group program when I get back from my 2 weeks off. And then the sisterhood is tonight. So there's a lot of awesome things to do, to be a part of, and to really step in. So I don't want to hear anybody saying that they, can't do it, because I'm hoping that I gave everybody some really amazing ways to connect and to be a part of this healing journey with me. If you want to work with me, there's tons of other women to work with though as well. There's lots of other women even in this group. So that's that. I will see you all tomorrow. Please message me if you have any questions about anything regarding the program or the sisterhood, or anything like that. I know it's hard to kind of throw everything out at you in a Facebook Live, which is why I put the links in yesterday's video as well to all these different things. So sign up for the workshop. That'll be Friday. I look forward to seeing you there. And then those in the sisterhood, or those that want to be in there, I will see you tonight. And then Discover Your Rhythm group program, the 3-month journey, will start in August. So that's that. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Mwah! Peace and blessings.